Hi there and welcome to this video presentation where I'm going to be showing you exactly how we help our clients generate 100 to 200 high quality leads per month that consistently turn into 3 to 10 sales every single month using a 6-step system we have spent the last 8 years perfecting. With that being said, let's jump straight into things. So if you're a business owner spending money on ads every single month and you have found yourself saying any of the following: my sales team keeps complaining about poor lead quality and I don't know how to fix it. I'm constantly getting questions from the team about marketing ROI and I don't have solid answers. I want more sales without having to keep increasing my ad budget every single month. I don't want to compete on budget anymore. I want to win with a smarter strategy. I feel like marketing is something happening to me, not something that I'm in control of. And finally, I dream of becoming a market leader, but it's hard when I'm constantly fighting fires instead of planning for growth. If you have said any of these things, you're at the right place, because by the end of this, you'll see exactly why your current marketing isn't working the way you want it to. And what you'll realize is that most businesses don't actually have a lead problem. You're getting leads. The truth is they have a system problem. And when the system is installed and fixed, your marketing turns into a predictable system that generates consistent revenue and consistent growth by generating quality leads that actually turn into at least 3 to 10 high quality sales per month from a system you can actually scale. This is without your sales team constantly complaining about poor lead quality, without wasting thousands on ads that bring in the wrong people, without guessing which campaigns are actually making you money, and without having to keep increasing your ad spend just to see results. But, big disclaimer, there is one catch with this system. This system is not for everybody. This is not the right fit when you are a startup or early on your business growth. For businesses doing under 5 million rand annually, this will not be a good fit. For B2B high ticket businesses, so this is a business that's going after an enterprise or corporate clients where there's a very specific decision maker, long sales cycle, this will not fit. This is not for e-commerce brands who sell cheaper products online, but this can be used to get wholesalers and distributors in terms of lead generation. This is not a good fit if you're looking for a content marketing strategy. This is a paid ad strategy only, and this is not a good fit for people who want fast money. People looking for the silver bullet, who want get rich quick schemes or want us to save their business, this system is not the right fit. And finally, this is not for marketing skeptics. If you do not believe in online marketing, this is not a good fit for you and you should leave this page right now. But this works best if you're an established business doing more than a minimum of 5 million rand per month in annual revenue. This is a good fit when you have at least one full-time salesperson who is not the founder. The system works very, very well for B2C service-based businesses. If you're selling a once-off service where the price is more than 5,000 rand, or you're selling a recurring service where the price is more than 1,000 rand, it's a great fit. This is a great fit for high-ticket product businesses. So your product is too expensive to be bought online by card. You need a lead generation and a sales process. And finally, this is a great fit for education companies who are selling in-person training, accreditation, private schools, or people selling info or digital products. This is a great fit. So if this is you, this system will work for you. Now, before I walk you through the system, let me quickly tell you who I am and why I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this. Hi, my name is Kyle Farah. I'm the founder of Future Famous. Future Famous is a digital marketing agency specializing in lead generation. We've been established since 2018, which is forever in internet marketing years. We're based in Sandton, South Africa. And what we do is my team and I specialize in helping businesses like you build and optimize your online lead generation systems so that it floods your sales team with high quality leads, increasing sales and maximizing your marketing returns, allowing you to grow, make more profit so that you can enjoy the profit, build a bigger team, or just spend more time going on holiday with your loved ones. We've been fortunate enough to work with over 125 plus South African brands in the last 8 years, and we've been able to generate over 250 million rand in tracked revenue. We've generated over 5 million leads. We spend over 2 million rand per month in lead machines across all our clients, and we've helped over 20 clients generate 7-figure campaigns, which is more than 1 million rand in tracked revenue. So I don't share these results to brag, but to share that these type of results are possible through a proven system we call the lead machine. So since 2018, we've been fortunate enough to build lead machines for SA brands like MobiG, spending 1.3 million rand on their lead machine, generating 1,803 leads, 101 sales, and generating 15.4 million rand in revenue with an 11.83x return. Afri-Ski Mountain Resort, spending 218,000 rand on their lead machine, generating 9,837 leads, 858 sales, 9.9 million rand in revenue with an ROI of 45x. Animation School, spending 1.3 million on their lead machine, generating 51 million rand in sales with a 39.29x return. Prepay 24, spending 2.9 million rand on their lead machine, generating over 30 million rand in revenue with a 10x return. Grand Diamonds, spending 2.5 million rand on their lead machine, generating 9.3 million back in revenue with an ROI of 3.75x. And finally, Mountain Falls Water, spending only 117,000 rand on their lead machine, generating 979,000 rand in revenue with an 8.33x. Now, if you watch till the end of this presentation, I'll be able to share lots more real-world examples of the clients we've installed lead machines for for. But with that being said, let's now get to the good stuff, the stuff that you came here for. What is a lead machine? A lead machine is a system that attracts your dream customers, captures their interest, and helps your sales team turn them into paying clients and improves over time. Very important. So now at this point, you might be thinking, if this lead machine is so powerful, why doesn't every business have predictable leads and sales? And the answer is simple. Most businesses don't actually have a lead machine because they're missing key pieces of the system. What we have found is there's 6 critical mistakes that break your lead machine. And after launching over 455 marketing campaigns over the last 8 years, we have noticed that every business that wins is doing the same 6 things. And every business that struggles is missing at least one or sometimes all of these 6 key things that make your marketing a lead machine. So if even one piece is missing, everything starts to break. Your leads don't convert like they should, your sales team struggles, your results become unpredictable, and you end up blaming the ads. Now the problem is most businesses don't realize which part of the system is actually broken. That's the whole problem. They're unable to diagnose which part of their lead machine is not working. So instead of fixing the real issue, they get stuck in this vicious cycle, almost like a hamster wheel, where they keep on being reactive and emotional and they keep on changing the ads. Then that doesn't work. Then they keep on messing with the creatives and the targeting settings, and then that doesn't work. Then they keep increasing and decreasing budgets, and then that doesn't work. Then they scream at their sales team because their sales team is not doing a good enough job to close the leads. Then they blame their agency, saying the marketing agency isn't good, and they fire them and they jump to the next agency. And this cycle continues for sometimes 5 years, 10 years, even longer. We've seen some clients, and I don't want you to be in this situation. So what we always tell clients is take a breather. Let's start from the beginning, because what we notice is the real problem usually starts much earlier. And this brings us to mistake number 1. Let's face it, your marketing is attracting the wrong people. So the biggest mistake we see when clients come to us is when we ask them what is a qualified lead for them, they cannot clearly answer it. So if you can't clearly define what a good lead versus a bad lead, how are the advertising platforms supposed to know the difference? Advertising platforms will just send you more of the wrong people because you haven't told it otherwise. The problem is that if you let the platforms decide for you, they'll most likely just send you more volume. And it's not that online marketing does not work. The platforms are not broken. It's doing exactly what you told it to do. Your marketing is attracting the wrong people by design. When platforms optimize for volume and just sending you as much volume as you can get, the issue is that your sales team waste a lot of time on leads that we're never going to convert in the first place. Your sales team then gets super frustrated. They start ignoring leads. If your sales team starts ignoring leads, that means that you're wasting your hard-earned money because you spent money on ads to get these leads, and now your sales team is frustrated and they're ignoring leads that come through. And at the end of the month, the most important thing is this leads to less profit at the end of the month, and I don't want that to happen. So when you fix your targeting and your filtering and you get clear on what a qualified lead is and you tell this to the advertising platforms, you'll start to see a big difference. And here's some screenshots we get from our clients just to prove it. Hey Josh, the lead quality is consistently getting better. Thank you for checking. Less and less time wasters. We have one that had his inspection as close to closing. Oh gosh, the lead quality has improved substantially this week only because we changed it the week before. Thanks Carl, so valuable. I would love to unpack with you. In these 2 days, the leads that went through are incredible. That's what I want for you. When you fix your targeting and filtering, your sales team will say things like, leads are looking great. Thank you so much. I'm super happy with the quality of the leads now. Want to remove the stuff that's clearly a waste and see how we can do more of what's working. We got 140K booking yesterday. It seems to be one of the new leads. Thank you, team. When our lead machine is installed in our clients' businesses, your sales team starts speaking to real buyers. Your sales team stops wasting time on people who are never going to buy in the first place. Your sales pipeline becomes more predictable. Your sales conversion rate will improve. You'll close more deals for a better price, leading to a better return on marketing investment, and you'll make more profit from your advertising. But now it's important to remember at the end of all of this, ad platforms don't create quality, they amplify what you give them. So the platforms are not broken, it's just doing exactly what you told it to do. Now, this is where it gets super interesting. So let's say this one doesn't actually apply to you, or let's say you actually go and fix your targeting. You tell the platforms what is a qualified lead, you define your ideal customer properly, you filter out the bad leads, but then we see that businesses can still struggle because most businesses are showing up at the wrong moment. And this brings us to mistake number 2. Your ads are showing up at the wrong time. But the biggest issue that we see with our clients is that at any given time, only 3% of your market is actively looking for a solution. The other 17% are in consideration phase, and the other 80% are completely unaware of you and the problem that they have. The rest are either thinking about it or they're not even aware that they have a problem yet. So your ads are showing up most likely when they are either in the unaware phase or the consideration phase. So the biggest mistake we see when clients come to us is that you're simply showing your ads to people who are not looking for a solution. You're showing up at the wrong moment in the buying journey. So what tends to happen is that people click, they may be curious, they give their info, but there's no real intent or seriousness behind them. And the result, I'm literally getting people asking for jobs, not even close to what we're offering. We call the leads within minutes, and half of them are like, wait, who are you again? How did you get my details? It's almost like ads are being shown to people who just click for the sake of clicking, and I feel like I'm paying for people who are just bored scrolling, not actually interested in buying. Does this sound familiar? I'm sure you or your sales team have said these things on multiple occasions, and the issue is you're not just targeting the wrong people, you're targeting them at the wrong moment. And it's extremely frustrating when you get excited about a new lead only for them to reject you or not know who you are in the first place. And this is exactly what we fix inside our lead machine system. When it's installed, your ads start showing up when people are actually looking for a solution. Leads will actually answer their phones when you call them. Leads will remember who you are and recall your company, which is a big one, and you'll get more quotes out and you'll get more sales because you're meeting your customer where they are. So let's assume for a second you've got your targeting right by clearly defining a qualified lead. You're showing up at the right time in the buying journey, but the issue is that most of your market still isn't ready to commit. And this is where businesses make a huge mistake. And this brings us to our next issue, which is mistake number 3. They go for the sale straight away. Most businesses go for the sale straight away. And the likelihood of somebody clicking on your ad and then giving their information on a page that says get a quote is very, very, very low. People click out of curiosity, but they're not necessarily ready to buy. So when you just spray your message out there, go straight for the sale, request a quote, your lead volume drops, and the leads that do come through, because they've seen get a quote, they immediately ask you for a price and you play the price game. And what happens is that the customer has no way to differentiate your business over somebody else. So the first thing they lead with is asking you for price, and then before you know it, you're competing on price, which is not what you want to do. You want the people who understand your value and are willing to pay full price to solve their problem. The biggest problem is you're asking for commitment from people before you've really built any value with them. But when this is done properly, something very interesting happens. People actually want to give you their contact details. They show up already understanding your value to a phone call, and conversations become about solving the problem, not negotiating on price. When you lead with value, you start attracting people already interested in solving the problem. You stop speaking to people who are just looking and start speaking to people who are ready to act now, and your sales conversation shifts from explaining what you do to deciding whether they are the right fit or not. So now, this brings us to the next step. Let's go off an assumption that you are now clearly targeting qualified people and you're programming the platforms correctly. You're showing your ads at the right time. You're not forcing the sale too early. People are actually interested, but then what happens is they click on your ad, they land on your site, and then boom. This brings us to the next mistake. Mistake number 4 is there's no clear customer journey for your clients to go through. The biggest mistake we see is that our clients, when they are running ads, they send ads to their websites. Most businesses don't have a clear path from click to sale. They just send traffic to the website and hope it converts. The issue with this is that the customer journey is then fragmented. You have home, about us, services, blog, our story, contact us, the team, gallery. This means that your customer journey is no longer linear. People don't go from ad to lead to call to sell anymore. They bounce between multiple touch points before making a decision, and you lose them. This kills your results because on a website there's just too many pages, there's too many options, and there's no clear, linear, step-by-step on what to do next. So what happens? People get confused. People don't have energy to figure things out, and they leave your website, and every time that happens, you lose money. The businesses that we notice that win do one thing different. They don't leave the customer journey up to chance. They control it so that there's predictability, so that they know what happens next. One simple journey is what they take customers on. So when this is in place, your prospects follow a clear, simple path. They understand the problem, they see the value, and they take the next step that you want them to. So this is exactly what we fix inside the lead machine system. When we install this in businesses, conversion rates increase, cost per lead drops, your pipeline becomes predictable, and your customers take the next step that you want them to. The outcome, instead of a messy, unpredictable journey, you now have a clear path from click to sale. And when you can control the journey, you can control the outcome. And this is where it gets even more frustrating when we chat to our clients, because now let's assume you've done everything right. You've got good targeting, better timing, stronger offer, clear customer journey, and then the lead finally comes in and then boom, they drop the ball. Because this brings us to mistake number 5. Your sales process is leaking leads. Most businesses that we chat to, they always say the same thing. They think they have a lead problem, but what they actually have is a follow-up problem. Leads come in, they don't get contacted immediately, they don't get followed up with consistently, so what happens is leads go cold. And essentially the reason why this is an issue is that you're spending your hard-earned money paying for leads, but they're not turning into sales. So good leads go cold before your team even speaks to them. You lose deals that were already yours to win, and your competitors close your leads before you can even call them. We don't want this to happen. Speed to lead is everything. Speed is everything when it comes to leads. The first business to respond usually wins the deal. And the brutal truth is leads don't stay hot for hours, they go cold within minutes. So we've seen businesses lose over 50% of their leads simply simply because they weren't contacted fast enough. So how do we fix this? With our lead machine system, instead of leads slipping through the cracks, leads will now get contacted immediately. Every lead is followed up with consistently at the right time and at the right stage. No leads fall through the cracks, and more leads turn into actual sales faster. And this leads to the most dangerous problem of them all. And here's where everything starts to spiral. Because now leads are coming in, some convert, some don't, some campaigns feel good, others don't, but you have no real clarity. So what do? You start guessing. You're making decisions without real data. What we always say is let the numbers guide you, because most businesses, when they run marketing campaigns, they have no idea how to tell what's working and what isn't. Most businesses track leads, they don't track revenue, and that's the mistake. They look at things like cost per lead, cost per click, they look at conversion rates, but none of that actually tells you what's making you money. So business owners resort to then tracking cost per lead and trying to optimize to get more volume of leads at a cheaper price, and that is a big issue. The issue with this is that a lot of businesses and marketing agencies in particular try to get cheaper leads. And whenever I see an agency bragging about cheap leads that they get, I actually want to vomit, because it's not correct. Getting more cheap leads at a faster rate is actually the most expensive leads you can get, because what happens is that if you optimize purely off of lead price and purely off of lead volume, you end up making decisions based on the wrong data. You turn off campaigns that are actually working before your team even speaks to them. You keep running bad campaigns because you think everything is fine because you're optimizing for cheap leads, and the campaigns that do bring in leads never turn into sales. So optimizing for cost per lead is incorrect, because you actually don't want leads, you want sales. So what happens is you waste money on ads that don't convert, you scale campaigns that don't generate revenue, you stop campaigns that are actually profitable, and your marketing feels unpredictable and you feel like you have no control over it. An expensive lead that turns into a sale is actually cheap, because what would you rather have? One lead at 1,000 Rand that turns into a sale, or 20 leads at 100 Rand that doesn't turn into a sale? In one situation, you spent 1,000 Rand and got a sale, and in another situation, you spent 2,000 Rand and didn't get one sale. Why on earth would you optimize for cost per lead? So you could pay more per lead, but if that lead turns into a customer, it's actually much more profitable and ironically cheaper. Please don't optimize for cost per lead and volume. You want expensive leads that close. And this is exactly what we fix inside the lead machine system. Instead of guessing, you can now track every step, because we show you from ad click to lead to close deals. Where other people just track cost per lead and pat themselves on the back because of the cheap leads, we follow it all the way to the sales process to show you which campaigns are actually making you money so that you can spend more money on it. When this is done properly, you know exactly which ads generate revenue, you know where your best leads come from, you can confidently increase your budget, and your marketing finally becomes predictable, and you finally feel in control of your business growth. Because when you can actually see what's working, scaling becomes simple, because you just do more of what's currently working. And there you have it. Those are the 6 mistakes our lead machine solves for our clients, that allows our clients to flood their sales teams with 100 to 200 high quality leads that consistently turn into 3 to 10 sales every single month. Now at this stage, you really do have 2 options. Option 1 is you can leave this presentation and do nothing. But the truth is the cost of doing nothing is super expensive, because if you're currently doing 600K per month in revenue and you want to be at 1.2 million Rand per month, if you leave this presentation, you won't be able to make up the difference. And that gap is costing you 6 million Rand per year, 600K per month, and about 19,354 Rand per day. The cost of doing nothing is super expensive. Even more, let's just say right now you're wasting about 10,000 Rand per month in ads attracting the wrong people. That's about 50 leads per month, and that's about 600 leads per year. And from that, that's about 15 to 20 sales that you are losing every single month to competitors who have better systems. You're falling even further behind market leaders who have already figured this out. So there is a huge cost in doing nothing. Option 2 is you can get our help implementing the system in your business by hopping on a free 30-minute lead flow strategy session call. On this call, we will do a missed revenue audit where we'll analyze your current targeting, your current customer journey, your current data tracking, and your current sales process to show you at least 6 possible places where revenue is leaking, and show you how much money you're actually leaving on the table by one of these 6 things being off. The next is hidden profit opportunities. We'll identify the 1 to 2 biggest revenue gaps in your system that once fixed could easily add 50 to 200,000 Rand per month in monthly revenue. And finally, we'll give you a lead flow blueprint, which is a customized game plan showing how the lead machine system will apply to your business. So next steps, click the link below this and claim your free strategy session, or you can keep watching as I take you through some more client wins. Now, we're really confident in our ability and our systems, but the truth is we could not have gotten amazing results like this without our clients being amazing operators, amazing leaders, and running great businesses with great sales teams. So we're really proud to share some of the results we have gotten for brands like the College of Modern Montessori, story. Over the course of 3 years, they spent 471,000 Rand, generated 5.6 million in revenue with an ROI of 11.99x. The Bean Counter, spending 2.7 million on their lead machine, generating 25.8 million Rand in revenue with an ROI of 9.42x. Greenhouse Solar, spending 500,000 on their lead machine, generating 4.7 million Rand in revenue with an ROI of 9.37x. Curtin Lane, spending 2.2 million Rand on their lead machine, generating 11.2 million Rand in revenue with a 4.82x return. H&A Office Furniture, spending 2.1 million Rand on their lead machine, generating 9.4 million Rand back with an ROI of 4.47x. Onyx Group, spending almost a million Rand on their lead machine, generating 5.5 million Rand in revenue with an ROI of 5.54x. Next Stage Snow Sports, spending just 75,000 Rand on their lead machine, generating back 1.1 million Rand in revenue with a 15.87x ROI. And finally, Future Famous. We wouldn't be who we are if we didn't have a lead machine for ourselves and we didn't refine our own processes. So at least you know we're not just telling you to do things. Everything we share in this presentation and everything in the system is what we do for ourselves. We spent a million Rand of our own money on our own lead machine, generating 10.9 million Rand in revenue with an ROI of 10.3x. We have over 140 plus Google reviews. We have video testimonials on our website that you can go through. So if this is something that excites you, then this is just a reminder to book your free strategy session. But again, disclaimer, the system is not for everybody. This system is for established businesses doing a minimum of 5 million Rand in annual revenue. This system is for people who have at least one full-time salesperson in place who is not the founder. This system is for B2C service-based businesses where one-off service is priced more than 5,000 Rand, or a recurring service where the price is more than 1,000 Rand. High-ticket product businesses who sell an expensive product that can't be bought online, and education companies selling in-person training, accreditation, private schools, or online digital products. This system is not for high-ticket B2B businesses who go after enterprise clients. It's not for e-commerce brands to get more sales online, but it can be used to get more wholesalers and distributors through a lead machine system. This is not for people who want organic growth strategies. This is not for people who want get-rich-quick schemes. And this is not for people who do not believe in online marketing. So with that being said, here's what to do next. Start the application process. Click on the link below and start the online application process. If you're a good fit, you'll be able to book a time with myself or a member of my team. Join the Zoom call and then we'll start the strategy session. And please make sure that all necessary decision makers are on the call. Book a time below. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I can't wait to meet you and looking forward to making your brand future famous.